money is the root of all evils. Why do we keep using it?
汚された地方、異国の皮膚で決まる退場。皇帝のしたる私が望むのは正義より金。僕は悪人でも金さえ払えば救ってやるさ。記録の沙汰も金次第。幼児や年齢、人種や性別、すべて関係ない。大切なことは金が払えるか、ただそれだけだ。お前の人生は私次第。救いが欲しけりゃ金を出せ。そうするには私のさじ加減一つ。一つのジャージメルト。変なの馬から救われたんだらば、もっと金を渡しなさい。私の不自由な娘のためにも金が必要。大々の器、夏が揃えば願いは叶う。今日も繰り広げられる疑惑の棒で悪人が笑い善人が泣く。そうするには私のさじ加減一つ。一つのジャージメルト。見るからの気が叶えるためならば、色の土を振るい続ける。25、6の悪圧将軍、次第が当然。渡された賄賂、私は被告に無罪を告げた。巻き起こる怒り、張り回った内戦、殺された将軍。無断な死体のにさらす。光の矛先、私へと向かい燃え盛る家。ひとしい娘よ、二人一緒なら僕などない。崖落ちた走りから見つかるだろう、孤独な親子の亡きが目が覚めた時に一人行った場所は冥界の門。天国か地獄かそれを決めるのは冥界の主。僕は悪人でも金さえ払えば救ってやるさ。地獄の沙汰も金次第。私は微笑み冥界の淵に外に身内。私の大罪貴様なんぞには手で渡さない。扉に閉じ込んだこの体、地獄の底へ落ちてゆく。そうするには私のさじ加減一つ。悪徳のジャージメルト。たとえ誰だろうと私のこの罪裁くことは認めない。そいつか再びこの手を詰めよう。大々のフラグメルト。その時に地獄は私の娘の言う時愛と変わるんだろう。
release dates this time around, folks, because for some reason, the Vocaloid wiki concerning these last 2 songs in this series is once again a convoluted mess. Anyway, this is a look at greed in the form of the song Judgement of Corruption, once again produced by Mothy, I should really stop saying that, and performed by KAITO. This song is... Remember yesterday when I said that this song is the longest in the whole 7 Deadly Sins series? It is, but if you look at the timing of the song, it's only 5 minutes and 1 second long. So the only reason why it seems so long is the way that Mothy produced it. I don't know, the music and the promotional videos divisions of itself really kind of give off the illusion that the song is longer than it is, but anyway. This song's story follows a man. He is a judge, and he is a corrupt judge, so really he's not much different than most judges here in the States. I'm not gonna start with that. Anyway, he is a corrupt judge who cares not for evidence and things of that matter. He only cares if a defendant can give him enough money, and then he'll say whether or not they can be spared. So he's a greedy, corrupt judge. Aren't those the most fun? And then, in addition to that, this song... Okay, I know another reason why this song seems so long. Its story in of itself tries to pack in too much. But what I mean with that is, it could have stayed with the corrupt judge story. However, it tries to bring in another story from another song, and then it tries to wrap up the entire canon of the 7 Deadly Sins saga. So it's really trying to cram 3 stories into one song. It doesn't really work. And the second story that it tries to bring in is the story of the Miniature Garden song from another canon verse of Mothy's production. This is the thing with the Vocaloid producers. I love Mothy. I think he's a genius. I love Machigurita. I think they're a genius. What I don't like about those two is how compact they try to make 5 different stories worth of songs into their albums. Because, in all seriousness, let's say that this line represents the 7 Deadly Sins series. And now let's have this line represent the offshoot into the Story of Evil, the Daughter of Evil, Servant of Evil songs. Now let's say that this line is the offshoot represented by what the story that this song tries to create. Now let's say that the next song's story is represented by this line, which also tries to jump into the offshoot that this song tries to create, but then it creates its own offshoot for its own story. And let's say that this line from way back in the Story of Evil saga represents the canon modern-day Vocaloid verse. According to Mothy, all of these things should be connected and taken into account of each other. That is needlessly complicated. So, yeah, he's trying to force 8 or 5 different canons into one universe. You can't really do that. This isn't the Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry. But anyway, besides that, going back to trying to explain the story, he has this quote-unquote daughter, and really there's so much about the daughter. Yeah, it's supposed to link over to the Miniature Garden song, story, arc, but really, I never take that into account because that story is just something else entirely that I'm not even going to look at. And then looking at the daughter as how she's presented in this song and in this promotional video by themselves, I have the hardest time believing that she's even alive. My personal theory is that the daughter is just a dummy that KAITO's character uses to hold his money. That's the only reason why she's so precious to him. I could be proven wrong because I don't want to look at the Miniature Garden story, but when you look at the song by itself, the daughter is not alive. And even in the promotional video, the times where her eyes open and her hair moves, I really think those are hallucinations. So anyway, he has this daughter in quotation marks, that he's trying to bring to life. Why? I guess so his money could walk around with him. That's the only thing I can think of. And in order to have his wish for his daughter's motion granted, he has to collect the relics of the other 7 deadly sins, which links the song to the Clock Tower series, which is another canon that is trying to be brought into this song. So he's trying to do that. He's also being this corrupt judge, and then like the climax of the song is this warlord who has slain hundreds of innocent people bribes him to say that he's innocent. KAITO does, but that's the final straw for the townsfolk, and they go and slay the warlord, and then they set KAITO's house on fire with him and his daughter in it. They burn to death, and KAITO wakes up in the afterlife, and there KAITO meets the master of the Hellish Yard. Kind of a interesting reference to Mothy's name itself, because Mothy itself is an anagram, M-O-T-H-Y. Usually he goes by the Master of the Heavenly Yard, but in this song he's referring to himself as the Master of the Hellish Yard, and for some reason he's using Gumi to represent himself, but I don't know. And so the Master of the Hellish Yard is saying, you can be spared from the horrors of hell if you give me all the money you've ever earned in your lifetime. KAITO, being a greedy bastard, says no, he's flung into hell, and even as he's burning in the abyss, he's saying that I'll collect the 7 deadly sins, and by that time, hell will be a kingdom for me and my daughter, and that's how the song ends. This song isn't bad, but like I said, it's just trying to do so much that it seems way too long. It's not long, but the way that's trying to force everything in makes it seem longer. The promotional video, once again, is really, really good. I like the work of the Heavenly Yard production team. I really wish that Mothy would have gotten the group that does the Heavenly Yard promotion team together earlier, because the promotional videos could have been such higher quality had he had this team earlier. The music itself, I like the instrumental. I have to say, I like the instrumentals of the song better than I like KAITO's voice work, but this was before that KAITO had that massive upgrade that the Vocaloid company did, so. But once again, no one is going to have the gall to tell Mothy, hey, redo your song, because really that would be an insult. Like I said earlier, you don't ask a master producer to redo his work. Yeah, we have one more song in this story, this 7 Deadly Sins series after this, and I will be explaining why there's only one more song, despite the fact there are 7 deadly sins tomorrow. So this was Judgement of Corruption. I will see you all again tomorrow.